So, hey, you guys, I'm back because I said I would come back and share with you guys some things, some information about spiritual nutrition. Oh, excuse me. Spiritual nutrition, and particularly about factory farming, you guys, because if y'all knew half of this stuff, y'all probably would never eat meat again. I am so serious. Um, Let me just point out some of the things, okay? Now, first, let me say spiritual nutrition. Let me read this. Food is a dynamic force that interacts with our bodies on multiple levels: the physical level, the mental, emotional level, and the energetic or spiritual level. Conscious eating involves an awareness of the eating process from beginning to end, and it includes thinking about how dietary choices affect others. Any food choice that is truly good for an individual's physical health and well being will also be good for his spiritual well being. Today's food landscape is dominated by factory farms and food industry practices that violate spiritual principles as well as human and animal rights and damage the health of the planet. The outcome of this course is for the learner to describe the concept of spiritual conscious eating, the effects of unconscious eating on the health of humans, animals, and plants, and guidelines for individuals who seek to support a lifestyle that includes spiritual nutrition practices. Okay? Y'all, it's crazy. Um, it's crazy, y'all. Um, The pace of life for most people is quite hectic, and the act of eating is often rushed and undertaken without much conscious thought. Food has become fuel instead of nourishment. Instead of connecting to the food that is eaten, many individuals are removed from it, unaware of how their food was raised, produced, and prepared. Food is considered by many to be a dynamic force that interacts with our bodies on a physical level, a mental emotional level, and an energetical spiritual level. Spiritual nutrition examines the interaction of food with each of these levels. Nutrition, digestion, and absorption are more than just biochemical processes. They are coded with their energy that goes into the raising and production of food. Healthy, nutritious food enhances the body's intrinsic vitality rather than depleting it. The realization Spiritual nutrition is a philosophy resulting from a broader philosophical perspective that includes the following things: interconnection of minds, the realization that although we appear to exist in separate bodies, our minds and our spirits are all one. Natural ethics, behavior that is based on acting on the authenticity of one's innermost nature rather than culturally relative standards. Reverence for nature and earth, the realization that we are vitally dependent on the earth and must live in a cooperative, sustainable, compassionate relationship with the planet and all its sentient beings rather than exploit whatever we need, including our living beings, for material gain, animals and all. Compassion and awareness of the suffering of other human and sentient beings and a desire to help alleviate that suffering. Let me just a movement. Okay, integration of the feminine, a movement away from traditionally masculine values, hierarchy, autonomy, top-down control, and exploitation toward feminine values, inclusiveness, cooperation, interrelationship, nurturance, and love. A sense of inclusiveness toward all humanity and awareness that all human beings are part of the same family, regardless of racial, ethnic, national, or religious differences. We know that spiritually, right? Voluntary simplicity, cultivating a simpler life, both for a sense of inner peace as well as a desire to leave a lighter footprint on the earth. So, let me just say this, and then I'm gonna go over some of the things about this factory farming that's terrible. That's you guys won't believe this is going on. Okay. These things represent a movement away from a materialistic viewpoint and toward a humanitarian spiritual orientation to life. The result is a shift in the way we think and act. Spiritual nutrition is one of the ways this shift can be expressed. Conscious spiritual eating is about looking more closely at where our food comes from and how it got to your plate, and choosing to eat foods that support life, that support all life, not just your own. When you eat something, listen to this, when you eat something, you take in the energy that went into creating that food. Now I'm gonna share some of the energy that went into creating that food with y'all. Just hang tight. Spiritual eating is conscious eating and involves an awareness of the eating process from the beginning to end. It includes thinking about how personal dietary choices affect others as well as the entire planet. Any food choice that is truly good for an individual's physical health and well-being will also be good for his or her spiritual well-being. This means that no spiritual principles such as compassion, mercy, environmental stewardship, or kindness have been violated when food is eaten. This is a unique and challenging concept. Okay, now some of the stuff that went into our food, let me show y'all. I can't read all this stuff to y'all, but let me just share this. Okay, our current food landscape is terrible. Okay, this industrial factory farming. Okay, most